Hello Army, welcome back to my channel. Before we get into anything else, I want to be upfront with you about something, because I think this fandom deserves honesty more than it deserves hype for the sake of hype. There is a Soundcheck fan cam from BTS' first night in London that went up on YouTube roughly 14 hours ago, tagged as day one of the Arirang tour stop in England. It is spreading fast. People are talking about it. And if the title of this video caught your eye, because you are hoping I am about to describe some jaw-dropping, headline-making moment frame by frame, I want to be honest with you right now. I have not seen the full clip myself yet, and rather than sit here and invent details just to keep you watching, I would rather walk you through everything we do know for certain about this London stop, why this particular soundcheck matters so much more than a routine one might, and then send you straight to the footage so you can form your own reaction to it. That is a better use of both our time, and honestly, it is the only way I know how to do this channel with any integrity. So stick with me, because there's a lot of real context here that makes this moment worth paying attention to, even without me pretending to know exactly what unfolds in those specific minutes of footage. Let's start with where we actually are right now, because location matters enormously in this story. This is London, and for BTS, London is not just another stop on a map. It is a city that already holds one of the most emotionally significant chapters in the group's entire history. 7 years ago, in the summer of 2019, BTS became the first South Korean act to ever headline Wembley Stadium, one of the most storied venues on the planet. That show was part of the Love Yourself Speak Yourself tour, and if you have ever watched the footage from that encore, you already know the moment I am talking about, the one where the entire stadium sang Young Forever back to the members, and where you could see, in real time, performers who had faced down crowds of every size imaginable get completely overwhelmed with emotion in front of tens of thousands of people. That night has become one of the defining touchstones of this group's story, the kind of moment that gets replayed in documentaries and fan retrospectives for years afterward. So when I tell you that Jimin is standing in London again for the first time in 7 years, I need you to sit with that for a second, because this is not a routine return. This is a callback to one of the most significant emotional peaks of his entire career, happening in the same city, just a different stadium, with an entirely new wave of London-based ARMY in the crowd, some of whom may not have even been old enough to attend that 2019 show. And BTS clearly understands the weight of this moment because of how they have structured this entire stop. This is not simply 2 dates at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium on July 6th and 7th. This is a full citywide takeover under the banner BTS The City, the same format that has previously transformed Seoul, Las Vegas, and Busan into week-long celebrations built entirely around a single tour stop. In London, that has meant the London Eye changing its lighting to glow in Arirang red. It has meant an actual boat, decorated with an Arirang-themed sculpture, sailing down the River Thames from 5 in the afternoon until 2 in the morning. It has meant pop-up experiences scattered across the city, from the Korean Cultural Centre UK to the Outer Net in the heart of London, plus partnerships with Korean restaurants stretching from Covent Garden all the way to Hackney. And here is the detail I think matters most for understanding why this particular soundcheck is landing the way it is. Right now, running concurrently with these 2026 shows, there is a dedicated exhibition at the Korean Cultural Centre UK showcasing the actual stage outfits BTS wore during that legendary 2019 Wembley performance. So while Jimin is out on the Tottenham Hotspur stage rehearsing for these brand new shows, a physical piece of his 2019 London history is on public display just a few miles away. That is not a coincidence. That is a deliberate choice by the people running this tour, and it tells you they know exactly how much emotional gravity the city carries for this group. Now let's talk about why soundcheck footage specifically has become such a big deal on this tour, because if you are newer to the fandom, this might seem like an odd thing to build an entire video around. Throughout the Arirang World Tour, which has already been described as the largest tour any K-pop act has ever undertaken, spanning 85 shows across 34 countries, the pre-show soundcheck sessions have developed their own dedicated following completely separate from the concerts themselves. Back in April, at the very first international stop in Tokyo, Jimin walked out for the day one soundcheck with noticeably longer hair than fans had seen just days earlier at the Seoul shows, and that alone was enough to send the nickname Rapunzelman trending for hours, with fans comparing him to the Disney character known for her long flowing hair. In late May, At the Las Vegas stop, Jimin went out and rehearsed despite visibly having a cold, and that moment of quiet dedication had get well soon Jimin trending worldwide, fans flooding social media with messages of support because they were so moved that he pushed through discomfort just to make sure the show would go on. That same Vegas run also produced the JiminBraids moment, when he debuted long blonde hair styled into braids, and the hashtag shot to the #1 trending spot in the United States within a matter of hours. Just this past week, before the tour even reached London, a Madrid soundcheck sent Jungkook's outfit choice viral, and a Brussels soundcheck caught a glimpse of what appeared to be a tattoo on RM's back, sparking days of speculation across the fandom. These pre-show moments have become just as anticipated as the main event, because Soundcheck is where fans get an unfiltered, unscripted look at who these members are before the performance polish sets in, when it is just them, a microphone, and however many early arriving fans happen to be inside the arena at the right time with the camera ready. That is the tradition this London clip is stepping into. And I think it is worth being honest about something else here too, which is the emotional context ARMY is bringing into this specific stop, separate from whatever is actually in this soundcheck footage. Just 4 days before this tour reached London, during the Brussels show, Jimin famously stopped the concert mid-ment because he noticed a fan in the crowd who appeared to be in visible distress. He immediately alerted staff and did not continue the performance until he saw that person receive help. That moment became one of the most talked about instances of his character this entire tour, with fans across every platform praising him for staying that alert and that caring even in front of tens of thousands of people. So when this fandom arrived in London this week, they arrived already primed to see Jimin as someone operating with a heightened sense of presence and awareness, someone whose instincts have been on full display in ways that keep generating headlines. Whatever specifically happens in this soundcheck clip, it is landing on an audience that has spent the last several days in exactly that emotional headspace, which I think goes a long way toward explaining why a simple pre-show rehearsal clip from London is spreading as fast as it is. Let's also talk about the scale of what is actually happening at the stop, because the stakes here are genuinely enormous. These 2 shows at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium are expected to set a new record for the highest single show audience capacity that venue has ever hosted, with an estimated combined total of 120,000 fans passing through those gates across both nights. Both shows sold out within minutes of tickets going on sale. And this is the only United Kingdom stop on the entire Arirang World Tour. There is no second date, no additional city, no backup opportunity for UK-based ARMY to catch this tour anywhere else in the country. This is it, 2 nights. And then the group moves on to Munich, then Paris, before eventually heading toward a headline appearance at the FIFA World Cup halftime show alongside Shakira and Madonna later this month. Every single piece of footage coming out of these 2 nights, including a soundcheck clip barely 14 hours old, is being watched through the lens of scarcity, the understanding that this exact configuration of this group, in this exact city, at this exact point in their career, does not repeat. If you are finding this context genuinely useful, and I hope you are, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button right now, because I am going to be covering every single development coming out of both London nights as it happens, plus everything that follows in Munich, Paris, and beyond. Turn on the notification bell too, because the moment there is confirmed, verified detail about what actually happens in tonight's second show, or clearer information about what this soundcheck clip actually captures, I want you to be the first to know rather than finding out from some rushed, inaccurate re-upload days later. So here is what I want to do instead of guessing at what is in that footage. I am linking the fancam directly in the description below, along with everything else I could find connected to this London stop, so you can watch it yourself and form your own honest reaction to it, the same way I would want to if I were in your position. That is genuinely the most accurate way for you to experience this moment, rather than hearing a secondhand, possibly exaggerated description from me. Once you have watched it, come back here and drop a comment telling me what actually stood out to you, whether it was something about his hair, his energy, an interaction with the crowd, or something else entirely that I have not even considered. I read every single comment on these videos, and honestly, some of the best context I get for future videos comes directly from what you all point out that I might have missed. While we wait for more confirmed details to surface, and they usually do within a day or 2 of a clip like this going up, let's talk a bit more about where Jimin is in his own journey right now, because I think it adds real depth to whatever this soundcheck ends up showing us. This entire era has been defined by a version of Jimin who has stopped compromising on what makes him who he is. After completing his mandatory military service alongside Jungkook, after stepping away from the stage for a stretch of time that felt endless to fans who had grown used to seeing him perform constantly, Jimin returned with what a lot of longtime ARMY have described as a completely new sense of freedom. You can see it in the hairstyle choices alone. The long blonde hair that first appeared during his comeback stage at Gwangwonmun's Square back in March, earning him the nickname Lion Jimin, and which he has continued to grow out and restyle at nearly every stop on this tour since, despite what he has openly said was resistance from people around him, including his own agency, about keeping it long. He has shared that when he first decided to grow his hair out, almost everyone around him pushed back against the idea, and that it was really only his mother who fully supported him in it. Small details like that matter, because they show a person who, after years inside an extremely regimented industry, is finally making choices purely for himself, and fans have responded to that with an outpouring of support that has followed him from Seoul to Tokyo to Las Vegas to Stanford and now here to London. That is the version of Jimin walking onto the Tottenham Hotspur stage this week, in a city that already holds one of the most emotionally significant chapters of his career, during a stop that is drawing the largest single show crowd that venue has ever seen, on the only UK date of an 85-show world tour. Whatever this specific soundcheck clip captures, and I genuinely encourage you to go watch it and decide for yourself whether it lives up to the reaction it is getting. It is arriving at a moment where literally everything about this tour, the history, the scale, the emotional stakes, the timing right after Brussels, is compounding into something that feels different even by this tour's already very high standards. I also want to be clear about something else before I wrap this video up. Part of the reason I run this channel the way I do is because I genuinely care about getting things right, especially when it comes to real people and real moments that matter this much to so many of you. It would be easy for me to sit here and describe some dramatic, tear-filled, jaw-dropping scene from this soundcheck footage just because it would make for a more exciting video. But I would rather earn your trust by telling you honestly what I know, what I do not know yet, and where you can go to see the rest for yourself. That is the kind of channel I want to build here, one where you can actually rely on what I tell you, even if it means occasionally saying I am not sure yet instead of making something up. So here is what I am asking of you before you close this video. First, subscribe if you have not already, because between tonight's second London show, the aftermath of the soundcheck clip, and everything still ahead in Munich, Paris, and that FIFA World Cup halftime performance, there is an enormous amount of confirmed, real content coming, and I do not want you missing any of it. Second, go watch that fan cam linked below, and come back here to tell me what you actually saw, because your reaction genuinely shapes what I cover next. Third, if you appreciate a channel that tries to slow down and get things right rather than chase the fastest possible headline, let me know that too, because it helps me understand what kind of content this community actually wants more of. And if you're new here, welcome. This channel exists because I love this fandom, I love this group, and I especially love following every stage of Jimin's journey through this comeback era, the hairstyles, the soundchecks, the full shows, and the smaller, more human moments in between. I would rather bring you the real version of that story, even when it means admitting what I do not know yet, than hand you something exciting but hollow. So like this video if that approach means something to you, share it with the army in your life who cares about getting the real story, and I will see you in the next one, hopefully with confirmed details straight from tonight's show in London. Take care of yourselves, stay hydrated if you happen to be in that London heat this week, and I will catch you very soon. Bye for now, Army.